Welcome, dear viewers, to a chilling journey into the abyss of human depravity. Today we delve into the life and crimes of one of America's most notorious serial killers, a man whose heinous acts have left an indelible stain on the annals of criminal history. But before we proceed, a word of caution. This video contains disturbing content that may not be suitable for all audiences. We advise viewer discretion. The story we are about to unravel is not for the faint of heart. It is a grim tale of unchecked brutality, a chilling testament to the darkest corners of the human psyche. It is the tale of Jeffrey Dahmer, known by the chilling monikers of the Milwaukee Cannibal or the Milwaukee Monster. We invite you to join us as we step into the shadows of Milwaukee's nightmare. In the annals of American crime, few names evoke as much horror as Jeffrey Dahmer. Known by the chilling monikers of the Milwaukee Cannibal or the Milwaukee Monster, Dahmer's gruesome reign of terror gripped the city of Milwaukee in a state of fear through the late 80s and early 90s. His heinous acts, a macabre tableau of murder, dismemberment, and cannibalism, have left an indelible mark on the pages of criminal history. Dahmer's grim saga is not simply a chronicle of unchecked brutality, but a chilling testament to the darkest corners of the human psyche. It is a story that plumbs the depths of human depravity, raising disturbing questions about what drives a man to commit such horrific acts. The tale of Dahmer is one of unimaginable horror, yet it is a tale that must be told. Every monster has a beginning. For Jeffrey Dahmer, it began in a seemingly ordinary childhood. Born in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Dahmer was the first child of Joyce and Lionel Dahmer. His father, a chemist, was often absent, leaving young Jeffrey in the care of his mother. As a child, Dahmer was described as happy and energetic. But as he grew older, a change began to take shape. He developed a fascination with dead animals, often collecting them and taking them apart to see how they worked. A disturbing curiosity, but one that was overlooked as a peculiar interest in biology. In school, Dahmer was a loner. He didn't excel academically or socially. His schoolmates remember him as an oddball, someone who didn't quite fit in. These were the early signs, overlooked, dismissed, and ignored. The seeds of a future monster were sown in these early years. The transition from troubled youth to a cold-blooded killer was terrifyingly swift. Jeffrey Dahmer's descent into the abyss of his darkest desires began in the summer of 1978, just 3 weeks after he graduated from high school. His parents, in the throes of a bitter divorce, were absent, leaving Dahmer alone in their Ohio home. It was during this time that he committed his first murder, claiming the life of a hitchhiker named Stephen Hicks. From that point on, Dahmer's life took a sinister turn. The taste of violence had awakened something within him, a morbid curiosity that he could not ignore. He moved to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, where he would carry out the majority of his heinous crimes. His modus operandi was chillingly methodical. He carefully selected his victims, primarily young men and boys from gay bars and shopping malls. He would lure them into his apartment with promises of money or simply companionship. Once inside, they would find themselves trapped in a horrifying nightmare from which there was no escape. Dahmer's crimes escalated in their brutality. His perverse fantasies drove him to not just murder his victims, but also to dismember and preserve their bodies. His apartment became a gruesome shrine to his sadistic desires, a secret he managed to keep hidden from the world for years. In the span of 13 years, Dahmer took the lives of 17 innocent people, each crime more horrific than the last. As he spiraled further into his dark obsessions, his control over his secret life began to slip. Neighbors reported strange smells and sounds emanating from his apartment, but it would take years before the true extent of his atrocities came to light. As Dahmer's hunger for violence grew, so did his audacity. The descent into darkness was complete, and the Milwaukee Monster, as he would later be known, was fully formed. Dahmer wasn't just a predator, he was a manipulator. This statement rings chillingly true when examining the methodical and horrifying ways in which Jeffrey Dahmer lured his victims into his web of terror. His method of operation was as crafty as it was brutal. The Milwaukee Monster was known for frequenting bars and shopping malls, places where he could easily blend in with the crowd. His charm and approachable demeanor allowed him to easily engage with unsuspecting young men, often offering them money or simply inviting them to his apartment for drinks or to pose for photographs. Unsuspecting of the gruesome fate that awaited them, many fell into the deadly trap. Once within his lair, Dahmer's true face would emerge. His psychological manipulation was as chilling as his physical brutality. He would drug his victims, leaving them incapacitated, unable to resist or escape. The terror didn't end there. Dahmer's crimes escalated into something far more sinister. Not content with murder alone, he began to dismember and preserve parts of his victims, engaging in acts of necrophilia and cannibalism. His twisted fascination with domination and control extended even beyond death. Dahmer attempted to create what he referred to as zombies by drilling holes into his victims' skulls while they were still alive and injecting them with hydrochloric acid or boiling water. His aim? To create compliant, submissive partners, underlining his desire for absolute control. But it wasn't just about control. Dahmer's crimes were also driven by a perverse desire to keep his victims with him forever. By preserving parts of their bodies, he was, in his warped mind, keeping them close. It was his way of fighting the loneliness that he claimed had driven him to kill in the first place. The depths of Dahmer's depravity knew no bounds. His method of operation paints a terrifying picture of a man driven by control, manipulation, and a perverse desire for companionship. The deadly charm of the Milwaukee Monster serves as a chilling reminder of the darkest corners of the human mind. The reign of terror couldn't last forever. The law eventually caught up with Dahmer. In July of 1991, Jeffrey Dahmer's gruesome spree came to an end. A chance encounter with one of his intended victims, who had managed to escape, led the police to Dahmer's apartment. The scene that awaited them was something straight out of a horror movie. Every nook and cranny of his apartment was a testament to his twisted desires. Photographs of dismembered bodies, tools used for dissection, and worse, human remains were discovered. The sheer magnitude of the evidence was overwhelming. It was a chilling confirmation of the monster that lurked beneath Dahmer's unassuming exterior. Following his arrest, Dahmer was put on trial. The proceedings were nothing short of a media circus, with people around the world tuning in to watch the downfall of the Milwaukee Monster. Dahmer, for his part, seemed almost eerily calm as he confessed to his crimes. He admitted to 17 murders, describing each one with a chilling level of detail and a complete lack of remorse. The revelations that emerged during the trial were shocking, to say the least. Dahmer's methodical approach to his crimes, his attempts to create zombies out of his victims, and his casual disregard for human life sent shivers down the spine of everyone listening. It was a stark reminder of the depths of depravity that the human mind can sink to. His defense team attempted an insanity plea, but the jury wasn't convinced. After 2 weeks of testimony, Dahmer was found guilty and sentenced to 15 consecutive life terms in prison. It was a fitting end for a man who had caused so much pain and suffering. The world watched as the Milwaukee Monster was finally caged. The trial of Jeffrey Dahmer served as a grim reminder of the darkness that can lurk within seemingly ordinary individuals. It was a chilling testament to the depths of human depravity and a stark warning of the monsters that can hide in plain sight. Behind the monstrous acts lay a deeply disturbed mind. Jeffrey Dahmer's psyche was a dark labyrinth of complex issues. Psychologists suggest that his behavior could be traced back to a cocktail of mental health disorders. These included antisocial personality disorder, borderline personality disorder, and schizotypal personality disorder. Dahmer himself, in his confessions, painted a chilling picture of his own mental state. He spoke of an insatiable urge to control, to dominate, and to own his victims completely. These urges, he said, were the driving force behind his heinous crimes. Many experts argue that Dahmer's struggles with his sexual identity also played a role in his criminal behavior. His victims were all males, and his crimes were often sexually motivated. Dahmer, however, was not merely a sexual predator. His crimes were a manifestation of his deep-seated issues, a twisted quest for companionship, control, and fulfillment of his darkest fantasies. But understanding the mind of a monster doesn't excuse the horror he unleashed. The scars left by Dahmer's crimes run deep. The Milwaukee Monster's reign of terror left an indelible mark on society, a haunting reminder of the darkness that can lurk in the human soul. Families were shattered, lives were irrevocably changed, and communities were left grappling with a sense of fear and mistrust. These events sparked a nationwide dialogue about the need for better mental health awareness and intervention, resulting in significant changes in laws and policies. Yet, in the midst of the horror, there were also stories of resilience. Families of the victims banded together, seeking solace in shared grief and advocating for justice. The city of Milwaukee, though forever marked by Dahmer's crimes, found strength in unity, demonstrating the power of community spirit in the face of adversity. While Dahmer's life ended in prison, his dark legacy lives on. It serves as a stark reminder of our society's capacity for evil, but also its ability to heal, grow, and ultimately to hope. In the face of such horror, we must ask ourselves, what can we learn? The chilling tale of Jeffrey Dahmer serves as a stark reminder of the depths of human depravity. It underscores the need for vigilance, for understanding the psychological underpinnings of such behavior, and for strengthening our systems of intervention. It's not about sensationalizing the crimes, but about grappling with the hard truths they reveal. Only by facing these dark chapters of our history can we hope to prevent them from recurring. As we draw this journey to a close, it is essential to remember, understanding our past is key to shaping our future. We've delved into the darkest corners of human nature, unraveling disturbing truths and learning from them. The story of Milwaukee's nightmare, Jeffrey Dahmer, is not one we recount for morbid fascination, but a tale we tell to educate, to warn, and to remember. It serves as a stark reminder of the importance of mental health awareness, of vigilance, and of empathy. Let us strive to build a society where such monstrosities are understood, prevented, and never repeated. Thank you for joining us on this dark journey. Stay safe, stay aware, and remember, the only way we can truly defeat our demons is by bringing them into the light. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining us on this dark journey. If you found our content insightful and want to continue exploring the depths of human nature with us, please do like, share, and subscribe. Your support means a lot to us and helps us continue our mission to educate and spread awareness. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you won't miss our next exploration into the human psyche. Stay safe, stay aware, and remember, the only way we can truly defeat our demons is by bringing them into the light. Thank you for watching.